Hello everybody, welcome to today's match in which I play against two Spanish buddies. This is Esteban, who's got handicap 13. I'm hitting on this long par 4. This is me, I'm a handicap 10. We both hit it into the trees on the right. And this is Fito, he's a handicap 5. Although we're all pretty similar really. Fito's managed to get himself down to handicap 5. But here you can see he's hit a nice straight drive, straight down the middle. Esteban hitting out of the trees, gets it low. Feet are quite a long way away, still probably about 190 metres really. Hybrid there. And I'm hitting a hybrid 5 as well. It was like a flyer kind of lie. And it came out perfect. I was going to hit a hybrid 4 and then went back to a hybrid 5 just because I didn't want to go too far. Esteban hitting his third shot to the green. And gets it quite close. He wasn't too happy with it, but I think you have to accept that, you know, you get it 2-3 metres close. Fito hit it fantastically, he got really close, almost a metre, almost went in as well as you saw. Here's my birdie putt. It just went a little bit too far. There's a bit of a debate here whether they give me the putt or not, and they didn't. I'm putting for par now, and it just leaked out to the left there, his right, our left. Well, as you see, I was going to give him 2, and there was again the debate. Should you give them? Put the comments down below. Do you give putts? You can see actually move my marker. I'll show you why I'm highlighting this in a second. So Fito putting for par. Puts very well at this distance. Now he normally makes them, not always, but normally. My turn again. They didn't give me this putt. We're playing match play with handicap, so you can see everyone had a shot in this hole. And Fito does a dastardly tactic and asked me if I replaced the ball or not. Like, I thought I hadn't, but looking back at the video, I can see I did. This is a par 4, 304 yards. Got to get over the tree, and there's a bunker about 50 metres, 60 yards from the green. Right in the middle of the fairway, so you have to avoid it. So Esteban used an iron. I'm hitting a drive down there. Fito also used a drive. As you can see, we're moving the tee there because for the camera. So Esteban about 120 metres away, 130 metres. Lovely iron, straight on the green, quite close for a birdie opportunity. And Fito about 70 metres away. Also had a lovely shot. Both went on the green just to add pressure to me. You can see just on the right there of the flag. That shot Fito was like a gimme putt. Mine managed to get through underneath the trees and over the top of the far tree and also landed on the green, so I was very happy with that. Well, he putted it, but it was given really. So nice birdie putt, well done Fito. Showing his handicap 5 ability is now -1. I've got a putt for birdie as well. Just leaked left this time. Okay, so you gave me that one. Esteban putting for birdie as well. Oh, almost. Also given as well, though. Esteban likes to practice his putting, so he finishes it off. Okay, so Fito is -1 now. I'm at par, and Esteban is at +1 after 2 holes. So this is a really long par 3, 202 yards. Really don't want to go right where the line of trees are, because then you get stuck and there's a bunker in front of the green, so it's a really complicated shot. Really hard hole to get par for us, really. And easy to get a bogey, or even a double bogey can be easy. I always try to aim left. We'll aim at that last tree on the left is my target, and to try and fade it in past the bunker towards the hole. Tough hole, really tough hole. Okay, so Fito's got a chip here, and he plays it lovely. Gets it really close. He hit that perfectly. There you can see it. Almost given. I'm not sure if we'll give it to him. Here's mine, except I'm getting a bit low with those legs. I'd rather stand up a bit higher, I think. But not too bad from that distance. You want to get over the bunker. You don't want to get trapped. And here's Esteban, his other shot. Fito in the way a little bit there. and just rolled it down. It's all going downhill that way, so it's really hard to stop it. So my little putt. And that's what I had about. I always putt pretty badly from the fringe, really. Vito was telling me I've got to push through as if it was like a chip shot from the fringe. Because it just gets stuck in there. But I'm always concerned I'm going to hit it too hard and it rolls by. Esteban putting for par, and just a little bit too hard. He pulled it, yeah, but I still think it was a bit too hard. Bogey's not a bad result at all in this hole. Wasn't very happy though. Vito putting, he's really good at this distance, I have to admit. Normally he makes them. And there he goes. Nice soft hands. My turn. Can I do the same? And I did, but for bogey. And Vito says, well, par's better. I said, bogey's not bad, but he said, par's even better. You see, he's happy on -1 and made a par in that really tough hole. Okay, it's in a par 3, 142 yards. No one gets any shots here, so we need to get par for everybody. Vito came just a little bit short, right fringe. Esteban always hits his irons very hard, and got a lovely shot that just went past the hole a little bit. I hit it quite well. I was quite happy to swing. Sometimes the last few times I've hit a shank to the right there, and it's come up short as well, near where Vito is. And this is where they take the mick. So I used a 6 iron, and they use like an 8 iron or a 7 iron. So I'll show you in a second now. Vito just chunks his chip there. He's only got the wrong club really, he should have got one. The grass is really tough there. I always talk about the lie, but the rough really gets stuck in the club, so you've got to really knock it out. Now you can see he almost puts it in on his second attempt. This is my attempt. And then learn from Vito's chip there, and still roll by a little bit further than I would like. A little bit of a knee knock on the way back. And Esteban did a terrible putt for birdie, uphill and nowhere near the hole. But a par, he gets a par. Vito for bogey. Just didn't read the putt there, I think.
+1.
Pulled it.
+1, +2.
There you can see he wasn't happy. Yeah, par save now with this putt, an important putt. Nice to see Vito's putt went pretty straight, really. A little bit in, right in the corner there. So lucky to get away with that. And here you can see, I can see their irons. You can see the difference. The ping 8 iron is almost 35 degrees, 34.5, and mine's 35 degrees. So it's like 1 club less than my clubs. Here we've got a par 4, 333 yards, dog leg to the left. So he just hit it over that mini tree bush there in the middle, avoiding the left, the big trees, and right is out of bounds if you go too far. We're playing off the rough today, really. Wasn't on the tee pad. Protecting it, just laid out some new grass there. And then I just chunk the shot. It's like really set in the grass. It was a hard shot. I should have used a bit more loft and just got it close. I used the 5 iron and chunked it out, really. Esteban hits a great shot here, down. And chunked it a little bit though, I think. And Vito almost did a shank there, so we've all done a pretty bad shot, really. Maybe the wet weather, kind of morning dew. We played early at like 9:30 in the morning, so that kind of morning dew makes a difference after all this heat we've had here in Spain. So here I'm looking at the lie. It's like a terrible lie, really set in the grass. in the hole almost where there was no, it was just mud there really. There you are, do you see? So I could have used normally I probably use a 58-degree wedge from there, but in the end I went for a 52-degree just to get a bit better contact, and probably should have used the pitch just to get it out really, so you get a nice contact, just knock it down, which is what I tried to do. So I got a 52, just trying to knock it out and get it somewhere close onto the green. Just chunked it a bit, almost a shank, and it went to the right of the green. Vito's laughing at me, saying, "Oh, you worry too much about the lie." So I say to him, "Come on then, you have a go." And I put it back exactly as it was, and there he is, happy to come over and test his ability on this shot. Now he's gone for a 60-degree. I'm telling him, with the lights on there, it's impossible. You're going to fat it or top it. And he topped it. So I did enjoy that.
Yes.
Steven here a bit short of the grass, but he got a lovely touch there. This green is really fast. And here, Vito did a lovely shot here with a wood, sort of links course shot now from the fairway, from the path there. You can drop, but he probably chose that it was closer and better not to drop, and he got it pretty close. Okay, it's my shot up the hill. I'd rather be up the hill than the putt they've got down the hill, because it's really easy to go by this hole, and they're very quick. So not a bad chip. Gives me a chance to do a bogey. I should have left it short though. You can see, like, just touch it and rolls. Okay, so we'll give him that one, I think. Well done, good bogey for Vito. Steven again, just got to really touch it and it will just roll in. You don't want to go hit it too hard, it really does roll by, maybe 2 meters sometimes. Green's a bit softer today in the morning. Good try, good putt. Also given there. My turn to try and make bogey from here. I'd rather have left it uphill on this sideways shot I've got now. So break is sideways, and I've decided to hit it fairly hard to take the break out. And there you are, too hard. In Spanish you call that a corbata. Unfortunately my friend Steven let me not take it. So here we have the 6th hole. It's a par 4, short one up the hill. It's like a tunnel between the trees on the left and the trees on the right. Right's out of bounds, and there's actually the airport car park. A lot of people go on top of the car park there. So everyone's aiming left here really. Steven unfortunately went out of bounds on the first one, so he's hitting his 3rd shot now. Quite a short par 4, but there was always pressure on it. So Steven about 150 metres away, 160 metres. Oh, about 150 as well, 140 metres, sorry, 150 yards. And Vito's got a nice shot of about 80 metres. But he chunked it a little bit. I think he hit the tree, the branches overhanging there, which is where the green is really. Now do you see? It came back a bit. And didn't quite get hold of that either, really. Chunked it again a little bit. Steven with a bunker shot hits it very nicely and gets it quite close there, so he's got a chance of saving something. This is for a birdie. And I make it. A nice birdie. It's always good to make a birdie, especially from where I was. Vito sneak one in without me being able to record it. So he ends up with bogey. And Steven putting it out. I think it takes a little bit too long, and I've cut it down a bit, but it takes a little bit too much time over his putt. He didn't have much luck with his putts today, and a lot sort of just went by. But again, I think it's a bit too hard, really. On the 7th hole, a long par 4, 377 yards. And again, it's right down the middle between the sets of trees on the right and the sets of trees on the left. Fitz hits a nice shot again. He normally doesn't hit it very far, but it normally goes straight down the middle. Steven just did a terrible shot right into the trees, and he didn't get past the red stakes, so he now owes us a beer, as you can see there. Didn't hit it very high, but it went quite a distance. Here he is, probably about 180 metres away from the hole, and not having a good day today. Whacked it straight into the trees on the right. Fitto about 140, 150 metres away, so about 160 yards. A good shot. I'm here now about 110, 120 metres, about 130 yards. And now my putt for par. Sorry, my putt for birdie. Fitto's putt for birdie. And he makes it. A lovely birdie. Yeah, he's showing Mr. Evans that he's made a birdie there. So this is for par, pressure putt. Slightly downhill. So just push it towards the hole. And it goes in. I always keep the flag in. There, you see, you hit the flag, it just means it stops it. So we've got a long par 5 now. Fisher going first, 563 yards. Again, trees, left is out of bounds, and right, you've got trees in the middle. So I normally aim to the right, just to keep away from out of bounds, obviously. I'm on the other side of the fairway. It's a little bit dangerous, this hole, really, if you're coming down the hole on the right, coming back the way we'll finish on that hole there. It's really the second hole. Steven's having a bit of a disaster with his driver, so he decided to get out the 3-wood. And then this lady just came by, and he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. She just walked by, knocked the camera, knocked the bags, and carried on walking and said hello. She was just about to hit the ball. She couldn't believe it. There's a shot into the lake. So he gets another ball. And we said that one didn't count, really.
Tranquilo, juega tranquilo.
And he hits a much smoother shot now. More relaxed. So here he is with his second shot. And he hit it right to one of that fences, way past there, past the trees you can see there, and it bounced back in. This is my first shot, and I didn't take into consideration the lie. It was like an uphill lie, so the ball did a hook on me much more than I thought. So I've got to hit another one. And it's weird, now if I'd have thought about it, I was a bit concerned about going out of bounds on the right there with the fence. That's the airport runway. But this way I did more of a fadey shot and just made sure I went down the middle there and held off, so I didn't do a big hook. Just missed Fitto's shot there, unfortunately. So here's Steven's third shot, right just before the green, and that was Fitto's third shot as well. So we've gone pretty quick on these last, the penultimate hole here. It's my shot from about 140 metres. It's got a bit short. I always end up short of my shot. Fitto from the bunker, his fourth shot. It's got a bit short. So this is my, well, I've lost track now with the amount of shots you'll see in a second. Fitto's par attempt. Very rarely see Fitto leave it short there. It's kind of one of those, this hole's tough. It always goes, you've got a bit that goes up and then it goes down towards the hole. So that's his bogey putt there. And Esteban had had enough. He's just putting with his wedge. Just picks it up there. And this is 4-7, so +2 on this par 5. And there I just, you can't leave a ball short like that on there. Last hole then, par 4. Esteban and I get one shot on this hole. you don't want to go left, you can see the runway on the left. Fitz will go straight, so you can afford to aim down the middle. But I'm aiming, as you saw, for the trees and trying to do a draw in there, which works. So you can see Fitz applauds me. And Esteban also hits a great shot down the middle. There's Esteban. Probably about 170, 180 metres, 180 yards, and Fitz about 150 yards from where he was there, but got it beautifully on the green, and I'm about 130 yards.
Voilà.
And also got it on the green, so Esteban in the bunker and topped it. He just wasn't here today. Birdie putt uphill and left it a bit short there, but finally they're being generous and they let me have it. The last hole, I can't believe it. Yeah, have it, he says. I'm like, well, I can miss those, but okay. I'll take the flag out for them. So Esteban finished, making a little bridge for Fito to get the ball through, see if he can make birdie to beat me. And didn't quite make it. Went by the hole, and I did give him this as he'd already given me mine, and he missed it. So he and I drew on scratch, even though he's got better handicap than me. We'll call it a draw. Esteban wasn't worried, and we celebrated with a coffee and what's called a tortilla española. It's a Spanish omelette. Best way to finish off a round. Let's see if in the next video I can get Esteban and Fito to speak in English. Well, thanks, and see you in the next one.